are watching the live stream, you are going to have to pause while I bring in the rest of the show.
The music.
Wednesday, January 31st, episode 007. We're back at home. Nicole, would you like to hit the button?
I already did.
Oh, shit. She's ahead of me.
We're live, and I'm on my phone.
And you are on your phone. Are you Facebook casting already?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He's lying.
Well, I'm getting ready. I'm terrible at this whole Facebook Live thing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm trying to do it. It's not working. Like, I don't know where. Oh, there we go. Live videos.
A button right on your main screen, people.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
This is entertaining.
Just go to your main, like.
There?
And then there's a place where you live. Right there.
Oh.
We're going live on Facebook.
We're going live
and
on
YouTube at the same time.
We're live on Facebook, baby.
We're live everywhere.
There we go.
We are live on the World Wide Web.
Oh, I guess you got to start live video. Yeah, so we're here. We're live.
There it is.
Hey, there we go. Boom.
Hey.
We're here.
Hi.
We are in here. We're in here like swimwear, baby. That's right. Denver Broncos representing. You guys see that? This shit looks good on me, don't it?
I don't even know why you're wearing it
because
Super Bowl is this weekend.
I'll tell you why. Because we beat the Carolina Panthers 2 years ago in the Super Bowl, and then we whipped their ass the first game of the following season.
What happened this year?
We didn't play them this year.
Exactly.
We didn't play them this year.
I was just saying, what happened with your team? Like,
it doesn't matter.
How did the season
I'm talking about we beat the Carolina Panthers.
How did the season go this year for the Denver Broncos?
It went great.
Did it?
Yeah, we still got
Are
our
they in the
Super Bowl
Super
rings.
Bowl?
We still got our Super Bowl
Are
rings.
they in the Super Bowl this year?
We don't have to be in the Super Bowl every year. We got to take a break.
Isn't that the
My
goal?
God, we got to.
I know.
Isn't that the goal of
We
the
got a
whole
whole lot of
season?
people watching here. Hey guys, if you're watching this Facebook Live, man, we're live right now on the YouTube channel. I'm going to cut this thing off here in a minute. So if you guys get a chance, go over to the YouTube channel, Cornbread. The link is on my Facebook, and you can click over there right now because I'm going to shut this off here in about 2 or 3 minutes. And if you don't,
we're finding you.
Look at Dirty Mick Pressler watching us.
Dirty
Mick Pressler. Hey guys, so first off to our fans, what few we have, want to apologize for last week not having a podcast. Slick Nick here, who is the producer, and he makes this thing come together. I just run my mouth, and Nicole comes in every once in a while. So he's the main man, and he had another business. He had to take care of stuff with his real job, so we couldn't get there. But we had a phenomenal
I heard
podcast.
he lost his man card or something.
He did lose his man card. But it's okay though. Hey, now we still got people on here. Hey, yeah. Nah, fuck you, Matt Messer.
Who's that?
You go over to the YouTube channel. Be Hotch.
I want to also thank all 2 people that came on my Facebook and requested that I be a regular part of the show.
And you are now.
Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks to the 2 of you.
Yeah, the 2 of you. Who was it? Diane Stingle?
Diane and Robert Smith, maybe.
All right, guys. So we're signing off on Facebook Live. We're going to go straight over to the YouTube channel. We got anybody watching on the YouTube channel?
We do. We have. We're up to 3 now.
Oh, we're up to 3. Hey, man. You guys get over to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you over there. Matt, I see you, baby. Go to the YouTube channel. It's the link is on my Facebook page right now, and check us out. Make sure you also give us a subscription and a like on the YouTube channel. Denver Broncos, baby. Alex, you see that toboggan you got me? Stewart, I see you. Go over to the YouTube channel. All right? I'm getting off here. I'll see you guys.
You're a traffic controller.
I do, man. Like everybody's over here on my damn Facebook.
It's like directing traffic over
when
here.
When you hit finish, you can post that video to your Facebook page.
You see, she's schooling me on this stuff. I'm like old. I'm older than dirt. All right, so we got that, and now we're going to post.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're good to go.
Done. Look at that.
Awesome. All right, well, let's get on with our podcast.
What are we doing here today?
Oh yeah. So first, let's get this thing kicking. We got to do our shout outs of the week. The mofo of the week.
Hang on.
What?
Before you do this mofo of the week,
Yep.
they're supposed to get quarters. And
Yeah, nobody's collecting them.
so
Nobody's collecting
the
them.
mofo of the week you picked this week is not going to collect his quarters.
Well, it's $8 right now.
It's like, he better come get it.
I don't think he needs that $8.
Yeah, well, you never know. They'll buy supplements.
I think he gets those for free, probably.
It'll buy one. It'll buy like 8 pills.
It'll help in an entry fee somewhere.
So
I swear to God, it will.
since you're in love with him, why don't you tell him who
I'm
the
not-
mofo of the week? You are in love with him.
Yeah.
Tell him who the mofo of the
I'm
week
not
is.
in love with him, but I mean, he's like the best in the world. I mean, what do you do?
Tell him what it is.
It is Marcus Almeida.
Checkmate, baby. You see him whip ass this past weekend?
I saw the
You
beginning
didn't watch,
matches,
did you?
and I saw the beginning matches, and I got distracted, and I didn't get to watch the end.
Did you watch the
I missed
match?
all of the good ones.
Man, that big son of a bitch teleported from guard to side control.
Astro traveled.
Astro traveled, as Joe Rogan would call it. I said, how in the hell does he do that? Could you imagine if he got mad at you? What the hell do you do?
Stab him.
Stab him?
Yeah, and then run.
You don't pull Spider Dookie guard on him?
Spider Dookie guard. I don't think my Spider Dookie guard is going to do a damn thing against him.
Him or we never got to the bottom of what do you do if Rulon Gardner gets after your ass. No, nobody ever came up with a reasonable explanation of what you do to deal with Rulon.
I don't think the Russians did either. So I mean, that's an entire country.
Oh, that's messed up, dude.
I'm just saying.
That's beat up.
I'm just saying.
That's so beat up.
Vladimir.
That is so beat up.
All right, you can tell these people why he is.
He is the mofo of the week because he wins every damn thing. And he just won the ACBJJ over a super tough Muhammad Ali. Is that how you say his name?
I'm not sure that was him.
That's not his first name?
I don't believe so.
His first name's not Muhammad?
Well, I don't think so.
I think it is.
I can look it up.
Well, he beat Ali. There we go.
It was yes.
He beat Ali. He beat Ali over ACBJJ, and that was actually one of the better events I've seen. I love their rule set.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, not being able to pull guard, I think, for like the first 10, 15 seconds, and then you get penalized if you. I love those rules. And it was amazing how, and obviously they could all whip my ass, but I was noticing that when guys weren't able to sit guard, man, they were getting taken down. Their jiu-jitsu, it looked like it was going down a couple notches.
So you brought up an interesting thing this morning about advantage points or almost points.
Almost points.
Ain't that some bullshit? The only damn sport in the world when you get fucking almost points. Who come up with that stupid shit? That's some Brazilian shit right there, buddy.
Well, and also trying to reconfigure the round robin that American wrestling has perfected for God knows how long.
Well, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Back up. I said I wasn't sure how they did their round robin at Grappling Industries. I didn't say that they.
Well, I wasn't going to even
Definitely.
bring up who, what, where, when, or why.
I didn't say that they definitely recreated it. I just said that in jiu-jitsu, I've seen some weird shit go down, like the advantage point. So it wouldn't surprise me if you get to I mean, hell, they don't even do consolation rounds in a lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsu tournaments. So it would not shock me if we got to Grappling Industries and for round robin, let's say there's 8 people in your division. I could see them doing some shit like splitting it up 4 and 4, and then the winners not meeting each other. I could see that happening. I hope that's not the case. I hope they do it like in wrestling. You split them up into 2 pools of 4. You get 3 matches. The winner of both pools face each other for first and second. But if they recreate the wheel, it would not surprise me. This is jiu-jitsu.
I wish that some of them would do consolation rounds. Only the problem with that is they never run on time because no one is organized. So if you
Like our podcast.
if you added even more matches in there, it would never end. But when you're paying that much money to enter a tournament and you lose and then you're out, and you don't get any more matches. That really
You know what's amazing? You can go to a USA wrestling tournament, and there will be 300 damn kids running around like crazy people, doing 2 divisions, sometimes 3 divisions: Greco, freestyle, and school style, and multiple people in each weight class, more weight classes than there are in jiu-jitsu. And they get done at a reasonable hour, and they're doing consolation matches all the way through. It's double elimination. You go to a jiu-jitsu tournament, it's single elimination. There's 2 damn people in each weight class. and that son of a bitch don't
They
end
will
until 10
drag
o'clock.
that shit out
How does that
all
work?
day.
15
All
mats,
day.
20 referees, and 5 matches are going.
Yeah.
How's that work? That's some bullshit. And nobody. What kills me is nobody complains. That is what I just sit around and I look at it and I'm like, I'm surrounded by ass clowns. My peers are ass clowns. Why in the hell do you not say so? If you're one of my peers and you're offended because I called you an ass clown, you're an ass clown. So that's probably why you're offended. But anyways, it just that's one of the reasons they do this shit, because nobody says anything. That's why
Well, people say stuff about a lot of things they do. It doesn't do any good, like raping.
They don't say. Listen, if you have a complaint about jiu-jitsu, let me tell you what you need to do, especially if it's IBJJF. Don't complain to me. Don't complain to your students. And I'm talking to my American friends here. If you have a problem with jiu-jitsu, everybody email Goops and Saw. Everybody email Goops and Saw because he speaks Portuguese and he can talk to people at IBJJF and get this shit across.
I wish
Seriously.
we had his email to hand out right now so that
Boy,
he would show up at this gym
and kick my
put
ass.
his hands on you.
Gibson wouldn't put his hands on me. He loves me, man.
I feel like if he got a whole bunch of emails, he might.
Well, I'm trying. I'm gonna get his email. I'm gonna try to get him. I'm gonna get about 100 emails in his inbox. So let's go on. B Hotch of the week. You get to announce this one.
Okay, and so this one also ties into complaining to the IBJJF and it not working. So the B Hotch. Teach me how to say this again.
B Hotch. Yeah, you gotta say it like that.
Yes. Okay.
B Hotch.
B Hotch.
You gotta raise up and do it. See, Nick, you're not allowed to say it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, got it
You
down.
don't say it. You get us in trouble if you say it.
Nick's like the bitch of the week.
And that's not what it is, ladies and
No.
gentlemen.
And we got plenty of emails when I said it like that.
No, the B Hotch of the week would love this. Your name for this. I'm sure she's got a really good sense of humor. It is Betty Broadhurst, one of my favorite people that I've met in grappling.
The most awesome woman in jiu-jitsu.
She is the most awesome woman in jiu-jitsu.
She's
And
phenomenal.
so
I don't think she likes me, but
I'm sure she does. I don't
she
know
don't
if
talk
she
to me much.
dislikes anyone.
Really?
But-
well, I could definitely see her not liking
So-
me. It has happened.
Someone posted that she registered for Master Worlds already, and she's in the Master 7 division. So obviously, it's really tough to find opponents.
Give her the gold medal.
Yeah.
Hell
Well,
with it.
you don't. I mean, you pay that money, you want matches, and Betty
Yeah.
never turns down a match. She competes.
Never.
You know, she's competed against me. She competes against women that are much younger than her all the time. She's always willing to do it. Never turns down a match. But so Master Worlds apparently is the only IBJJF tournament that offers Masters divisions past Master 1 for females, and I never realized that because I'm not past Master 1 yet. But
Really?
so someone there's a petition on Facebook right now where this woman is in, I think, Master 5, and she want to compete in pans. Well, I mean, I'm guessing at that age, you don't want to compete against women that are 20 years younger than you. You're at risk for injury. So she found 5 other women, or 4 other women, there's 5 total, to compete in this division with her so they could make up a division,
Yeah.
and ask the IBJJF to make a division for them at pans, and they won't do it.
They won't do it?
With 5 people?
Yes, 5. And,
Wow.
you know, there's men's divisions that don't have 5 people in them.
I know plenty of men's divisions that have like 2 people,
Yeah.
and like they got
We know
I'm not
we know people in
Not
Charlotte that only have 1 person in their division, and they get shiny gold medals
Gold
all the time
medal.
and put it on Facebook, but we won't say anything.
nope. No.
We won't say anything. Okay, I said I ain't gonna say nothing.
So, I mean, I just don't understand what it costs them to have the division and nobody be in it.
It doesn't cost them anything. This is why we have to email our mayor, Gibson Saw.
Help.
Somebody
He is the man.
somebody get Gibson's email and shoot it to me on Facebook so we can all email him and
Don't
he
email him.
he can send this stuff to the IBJJF and help us get this shit fixed. I'm being serious, guys, because he's a good representative. Everybody likes Gibson. I mean, because I know some other people. If we have them email, then they gonna do no good. If we have them call or go out there. But you're right. That's some shit. Like, why would you not let 5 qualified, paying? These
Right.
women have money. They're wanting to give you money for you to take care of them and give them a safe environment to compete so that they can have fun. And
Right.
instead, you want to be an ass clown.
Right. I don't understand that.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem right now. And this is running rampant in the United States. And this is going to feed into some other stuff we're going to talk about. Nobody's slapping the shit out of anybody anymore. That's the problem. I remember back in the 80s when I was a kid, when Rambo was going on and Rocky and all that shit, people were walking around and just slapping the hell out of somebody. Nobody gets slapped anymore. That's why these people do shit like this.
You can't say harsh words to people anymore. They get
And then, but wait a minute. You want to know what?
Triggered.
Hold on a minute. Let me tell you the worst part of this scenario she's talking about. I'll bet you they won't give her money back.
Well, I don't know that she registered because she did not want to register at Masters 1 and compete against these young girls and potentially get hurt. So she asked them, she found these other women from all over the place that agreed that if they open this division, we will sign up. And I don't know what it is costing them to not have the same amount of divisions for women as they do men.
Just boycott the IBJJF PAMs and everybody go to the closest U.S. grappling. Go see Boomer and John. Bagels.
I doubt he has yet to listen to you.
Bagels don't even listen to the podcast, man. He's such a straight shooter. He's my hero. With his little cute deep hat.
So, the charity of the week. We've got to start adding this to be a more frequent contribution.
Well, no, wait a minute. I want to hit on the charity of the week. It was the Hubal seminar, but that took place this past weekend. We didn't get to hit on this because somebody lost their man card, so we didn't get to do a podcast. So we didn't get to give the props that we really needed to for this. And guys, we really apologize. Hubal, if you don't know, he's I want to say 5th degree black belt in Gracie Baja, and just an awesome guy. One of the best people that you will ever meet in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community. Just a phenomenal man, phenomenal teacher. I've had the privilege of being on the mat with him at one of his seminars when he was doing promotions, and just a great guy. And his work speaks for itself. He's got a lot of affiliations underneath him. Shell Shock BJJ, Section 8 BJJ, Evolution out in Concord, and Vernon Kirk School. Actually, Vernon's closed down, but Vernon's part of Shell Shock. He's really put out a lot of good people and a lot of good schools. And he had a stroke or a heart attack. I don't know all the details. And they're trying to raise money for him by doing this seminar. And hopefully we'll be able to get something going here on the podcast and maybe get a GoFundMe for him and help him out, because he's got a lot of medical expenses, just trying to get back on his feet, and he deserves the support of the community.
100%.
110%. So, just wonderful guy, wonderful cause.
And congratulations to everybody that got promoted at that seminar.
Yeah, man. John Shell got his black belt. Vernon Kirk got his brown belt.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Vernon Kirk. Don't Vernon look like Bert off Bert and Ernie?
I was going to say the same thing, but
I love it. And I watch Bert and Ernie every morning on Sesame Street with my daughter like 4 times a day, because that's all she wants to watch. She gets pissed at me if I turn it on anything else. And every time he comes on there and he starts singing one of those songs, I think of Vernon.
Sing it.
I'm not going to sing.
You have.
Come on.
You
got it in your head.
Sing it.
I can't. I tell you what. Next week, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna sing the Bert song. I'm gonna do it, but I can't do it this way because I'm hungry. I'm starving. Like I don't have any energy. If I start singing, like when I hit my high notes, I'm liable to pass out. Man.
You need more carbs.
I do need more carbs.
Let me assist you with that.
No, that's not the carbs I need.
I haven't eaten dinner in like 2 weeks.
Well, that's
You'll be okay.
You gotta quit blowing up.
So what?
That was so mean with it.
I feel we're gonna get backlash for that one.
We're good. Yes. That's worse than me trying to say the B word.
Yeah. What, me saying that she blew up? Yeah. I meant muscle. Well, she's strong. The girl's strong.
She's ready to kill somebody, I'll tell you that.
Didn't pythons. Looks like John Piper sitting over here. Hey, speaking of John Piper, let's talk about the Jeremy Rail podcast.
So I'll just give you my aspect on that.
I want to know what the backlash was. How did y'all have backlash on this podcast?
God. All right, just go, Brad. I'm gonna leave this one.
Let me hear it.
I can't even live my
Can I smell this beer? Can I smell it?
Man, what is this?
I haven't had a beer.
This is
Ballast.
This beer is podcast is brought to you by Ballast Point Sculpin IPA. Mm-hmm. This is a very refreshing, fruity IPA that is hopped, dry hopped 5 times.
Fruity.
And Mosaic, and I believe Sentinel hops. I am a beer geek. Yes.
Yep.
Let me
And
taste
no, sorry. No, I don't want to get. Look, you want to figure out a way to motivate your opponents to try to kill you. Let them see you drinking a beer on the podcast.
There we go.
We
That'd
can,
be like
we can
the-
put water in it.
That'd be,
Yeah.
that'd be like them saying, "Wow, that hateful ass."
I'm gonna come out there and beat your ass drunk.
Yeah, that's Gastonian as hell. So the Jeremy Real podcast, man, that was awesome.
That was hands down. I think we found a. If you would have been there, it would have been even better.
We couldn't all fit on that couch.
But we'll find a way. But
Jeremy is a
there's
large man.
there's a recipe that came together there, and I knew when to shut the fuck up, and that was the time that I was gonna shut the fuck up, because
You went into full-fledged producer mode.
went done, and the magic that happened between you guys on screen and on the radio was I think some of our best content yet, and the backlash kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, this is we're trying to bring everybody the real life Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu life, and
Yeah.
through your eyes.
Yeah, and it's well, first. Let me
All
say
right,
this.
quit leaving me hanging. I want to know.
Well, wait a minute. Well, I'll get to the backlash in a minute. But the podcast was great. Number one, Jeremy's a
Thank you.
phenomenal
Yes,
teacher.
and
Yes, he
I
has
have
great
coffee for you.
YouTube tutorials.
He has phenomenal YouTube tutorials. Like, and I said to him,
I'm trying to get
I
somebody
only-
else to have phenomenal YouTube tutorials.
I only
It's not
watch 2 YouTube tutorials, and that's Great Graph from Jeremy and Heener Gracie. I love the way they explain things. I love the way they're to the point. They're detailed. Heener's like me. He gets sometimes he can get a little bit overzealous and he starts talking really fast. But
Okay, wait. I have to stop you real fast. Keep that thought. Have you watched his instructional videos?
I've watched 1 or 2, but I get to see his instruction and purpose.
Is
in
his
person.
instruction?
I know
not-
how great it is. It's wonderful.
Can you please?
And even Jason Bever has been on his ass to sell.
I just don't like it. I don't like to see myself. I take that back.
That's fucking humble.
No, wait a minute. I do like. I mean,
He hates money. That's problem number 1.
oh my goodness, no, that's not. I just don't like seeing myself teach jujitsu, and I don't know why. I can't give you an explanation. I don't know why.
I'm just gonna keep filming. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna post shit and I'm not gonna ask you anymore
Okay.
because it works. Have you seen the views?
No.
Yeah, check it out.
Okay. All right. But back to Jeremy. Jeremy's a phenomenal teacher. He does a great job explaining stuff, and he has he had a very unique perspective of his jiu-jitsu journey and how it, paralleled with
Extremely unique.
the history of jiu-jitsu here in Charlotte. And it was pretty cool to listen to because, he has a unique lineage. Obviously, he got his black belt and his brown belt from Gordo, but he got his purple belt and his blue belt from Louis Togno, and he had a brown belt in combat jiu-jitsu, which was really interesting that there was a differential there from Charles Hennebrink. So that was pretty cool to listen to, and then the timeline, because it pieced together a couple
And you
holes.
knew Charles very well.
Yeah, I know Charles from competition. From
Right.
when I was at the catch wrestling school in Asheville, he was in a couple of tournaments with Footlock Brad Hanna.
Right.
He never competed against Brad that I remember, but I think there was a couple times where they both were in the semifinals away on the opposite sides of each other. And maybe one time Charles won and made it in the finals and Brad lost, and then the next time Brad won and Charles lost, and so they never met. But I saw Charles, and he a beast.
Charles is a very underrated and unspoken about deity in this art of ours.
Well, and I know, and you got to remember too. I mean, he's a black belt under, I think, Walt Bayless, and I don't know that whole history. I'm not sure if Walt Bayless was does jiu-jitsu or did jiu-jitsu in the gi, or if that's just something that Hennebrink that they did it and he got his black belt and then Hannibal took it out and created his own. I don't know, but he's produced some really, really, really good grapplers. I mean, Jeremy, up until purple belt in jiu-jitsu, brown belt in combat jiu-jitsu, Keith Richardson, Travis Farrell, Josh Langley, Pat. I mean, those are all badass guys. And so
I have a question to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So if you take the whole Bruce Lee approach and you apply it to jiu-jitsu, and what Charles did to what his combat jiu-jitsu was, do you think that is a true lineage that could change through the course of Charles to Jeremy to whoever Jeremy passes it along to? And just like Carney style is what you're teaching and is eventually going to be, look, martial arts is morphing.
Well, actually, he answered that question.
He did.
He answered it because
he did.
Remember he said that when
but
he was
I wanted
Brazil,
your opinion.
Well, I mean, my opinion doesn't matter on that specific note, but on mine. So we'll take me for example.
Carney style.
And I'm probably a piss poor example to use because I don't.
Deprecating.
Well, no, I mean I don't advertise. I don't market. And Pop's probably kicked me in my damn mouth right now if he was down here with us, but I don't teach the catch style that I learned enough. I'm very untrusting, and this is a insecurity of mine. I'm very untrusting to give that knowledge away because I'm scared somebody will hurt somebody with it. Because somebody can really get hurt with some of the stuff.
True catch wrestling.
With the catches I learned. I mean, I saw enough injuries up in Nashville. I didn't want to see more, and so I'm very hesitant to give that away. But if I did, I guess what you're asking me is, does the lineages mix? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking?
Is eventually somebody like Wonder Bread or Nicole or Kenny going to be a black belt in a different kind of jiu-jitsu than it was in the 80s and 90s? Everything has to change. Change is the only thing that is constant.
I mean, it probably needs to. So you're saying like create a different type of Brazilian jiu-jitsu or a different type of jiu-jitsu? Is that what you're saying?
It's the same thing. Apply the rules that Bruce Lee applied to his martial arts, using no limitations as limitations.
Right.
And taking your style, taking what worked for you and discarding the rest, and then teaching it. And then Wonder Bread's going to do the same thing. She's going to do the same thing. Amanda's going to do the same thing. One day you're going to have 7 or 8 different black belts under you under Carney style. And you're going to be, be a 5th degree in probably 5 years.
To me, it really should be. I mean, it should be. If it happens that way, just like with the Jeremy Arrell situation. When he went to Brazil and he was a purple belt, and then one day the big bad Brazilians come up to him and they looked a little irritated and they were like, "Hey man, we saw on the internet you're a brown belt." And he told them, "No, I'm a brown belt in combat jiu-jitsu,
right,
not Brazilian jiu-jitsu."
Right.
And they accepted that. They were happy with that. I don't know, man.
If you two motherfuckers don't get back on subject.
Do you think we got off subject?
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, Jeremy?
Backlash.
Oh man,
that's all she wants to know about.
I mean, I don't want to get into a lot of it, man. Because here's the deal: there's politics in anything, wrestling, Brazilian jiu-jitsu,
football. Spit it out.
I'm going to. But let me get to where I'm going with it. Okay, there's politics in everything, and in Charlotte, for some reason, the politics is. It's really
it's everywhere. The politics
it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But Charlotte for the longest was a small jiu-jitsu community.
Yes.
And so the politics was more evident. And rather you was talking about Joe Hurst and the Hoyes Gracie Network, or if you was talking about now Jeremy and people that he's coached and left, or you're talking about Piper and Checkmat, or you're talking about Checkmat and Roberto Travern, or Roberto Travern and Alliance. I mean, there's big politics internationally, and then there's homegrown, small community. This person doesn't like that person. This school's rivals with that school, and usually what happens is the small jiu-jitsu community politics, it just dies down and goes away. For some reason, we did that podcast with Jeremy, and it was a phenomenal podcast. And I had a couple people, make some comments about Jeremy claiming John Piper as his black belt, which he is. He is his black belt. He gave him his black belt.
So
it doesn't matter.
Just so people know, on the signature on the diploma for the black belt, who signed John Piper's?
Gordon. Because Jeremy wasn't a second degree black belt.
Correct.
That's an IBJJF rule.
Right.
Okay. But
and you have to be a third degree black belt to
now you have to be a third degree.
Correct.
But at the end of the day, the person that trained Piper and gave him his black belt, even though Piper came there, I think he came there as a purple or he came there as a brown. He came there as a brown, I think. Still, Jeremy was training him. He was in Jeremy's school. He was under Jeremy's roof, and he gave Piper's black belt. And some people didn't like it when Jeremy said that Piper. Well, when I asked the question about how did you go about deciding to give Piper his black belt, and he gave a really interesting. That was a great answer that he gave. I mean, that was phenomenal. When you start to look at someone as your peer, then it's getting close to the time to promote them. And that was a phenomenal answer. Some people didn't like it though, and I had some people that was upset about some of the things Jeremy said about Louis Togno, but
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Absolutely. But he didn't say anything disrespectful at all. He just told the truth. He never rolled with Louis. When he said it, it shocked me. When he said that, I was like, wow, I can't imagine you being my student and not roll with me all the way through purple belt.
It was literally like you had dropped the microphone.
Yeah.
Because I was picturing like the same situation of Nicole never rolling with you.
Yeah. And then he went later on and talked about when he came back from Brazil. Hannah Brink told him that, it would be better for them to split ways, and he wasn't welcome at his gym anymore. And
which is fucked up.
I mean, I was like, whoa, like that's huge. Like,
yeah, but he didn't say anything disrespectful.
No, Jeremy said absolutely.
Yeah.
Go back and watch the podcast. The podcast was phenomenal, and Jeremy is phenomenal.
Yes.
And he's one of the best instructors, in my opinion, in the world. Period, hands down. If you have jiu-jitsu needs, he can help you, and he's a great instructor.
And he knows how to teach because of his education background.
Yes, he's a teacher. That's what he does. He has that advantage. Just like me, I the one thing that I do well is I'm a great mat coach. When my athletes are on the mat, I can connect with them before they go out there, and I can stay connected with them while they're on the mat. But why? Because I coached literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of low-level little kids, high-profile, all-American, national-level wrestling tournaments where the stress levels just
and you're loud.
And I'm loud, and I know how to communicate to where the person's going to be it's going to register.
Yeah.
So Jeremy's plus is he's a teacher. He's a physical education teacher, and man, he's phenomenal. But back to the
he's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah, and back to the stuff. I mean, some people's always going to be pissed, man. But it was a phenomenal podcast, and if you don't like it, there's the middle finger. I mean,
you don't have to watch us.
You don't have to watch us. Well, I mean,
I want you to.
If you want to be a cool guy, you watch us. You want to be on the cool side.
We'll give you a T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
sooner or later.
So let's go on.
You can't keep flipping off everybody that has negative feedback.
Why? It's my podcast. I can flip whoever off. Oh, there you go with that shit again. This is the problem in the United States. Big Daddy D. This brings me to my next subject. Let's go on to Big Daddy D. And
I'm hungry, and I think I want to eat some Tide Pods.
What's up with we're going to the Tide Pod, because I want to know what the hell's up with these Tide Pods. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, y'all were late. We should have done this last week.
Well, people still dying from Tide Pods, so we're on time.
Don't eat the Tide Pods, kids.
Stop eating Tide Pods. There's no way you're that damn retarded.
It can't taste that good. It may smell good.
The real question I have is, who in the hell produced somebody dumb enough to eat a Tide Pod?
I wonder how many calories they have.
She's hungry.
She's hungry.
You know, this is somebody that is dieting right now
If you're-
because
if
she's
you're-
contemplating eating a
If you're
Tide
Grad
Pod.
Queen Nicole this weekend in Atlanta, bring a Tide Pod. She'll probably eat it, and then you won't have to worry about it.
The liquid side is 500 calories, and the powdered side is 200 calories.
No, look, hold on. You know, I can understand.
I can't understand.
Well, no,
I fucking can't understand
no.
why you'd want to eat laundry
No,
detergent.
no.
Jesus Christ.
No, but I can understand a toddler who doesn't know any better because they look like candy.
Because their fucking parents didn't put them up ahead of them.
No.
Well, now that they had the problem with the babies eating them because their parents weren't smart enough to keep them out of their reach, they started putting mechanisms on the lid where they're childproof. Now we have fucking teenagers eating them.
Ain't no laundry getting done in them houses.
No.
Because them parents are too stupid.
No,
Get the
but
mechanism.
your stomach's pretty clean, though.
So what's the deal? Does anybody know? Do you guys know?
About what?
I guess it's a challenge. Like, you know, when people were doing like the cinnamon challenge or
Cinnamon don't kill you.
well, no, it doesn't. That's just proof of
So in other words, they want a fun way to commit suicide.
the downhill of the
Is that what
generation.
is that
Have you ever heard of the blue whale challenge?
what they
That
wrestle
is
blue whale?
like no, that is like really like a suicide thing. It's
Wait, I really
strange. Have
haven't
you
heard of
it?
blue. No.
So on Instagram, there was this thing going around. One of my friends told me about it back when I was in California, called the Blue Whale Challenge or something. So you take a picture of yourself, and you use these certain hashtags, and a curator of this challenge will contact you and tell you to do something different every day, like don't talk to anybody today, stay in your room for 5 days, you know, keep the lights off for a few, like, and then at the end of this 30-day challenge where you'd be so depressed, you kill yourself. This is really happening.
God, I'm so separated from social media,
Yeah.
and I thought I was not.
And so that's much worse than the Tide Pod challenge, but I'm not sure
No.
if it really got a lot of media attention.
Look, I thought
No,
I
I
was
mean,
going to
they're
go
telling
swimming
the-
for blue whales and try to
No,
swim.
I don't know where why the name I didn't research.
Yeah, but
these people are like cutting themselves, and I mean it's crazy.
yeah, but if you
It's a cult.
if you eat a
It's an
Tide
online
Pod,
cult.
if you eat a Tide Pod, you're dead, right?
No, you get pretty
Are they
sick.
swallowing them?
I guess they're biting into. I mean, I don't know.
Well, it started with the kids biting into them.
Well, wait a minute.
And getting very sick. And
Have you ever seen American Me?
Yes.
Have you seen American Me, the prison movie?
No.
Where they eat those balloons of drugs and they poop them out.
It happens all the time.
Maybe the challenge is you eat the Tide Pod, you don't bite it,
No,
you let
they
it go
bite it.
down, and then you poop it back
No.
out.
No, you
No,
can't
I'm
because
thinking-
they dissolve. They're not like a balloon.
They're designed to dissolve in liquid.
And yeah.
Man, that's discouraging, man. That in the United States of America, people are doing shit like that. Tide Pod challenge and the Blue Whale challenge.
So, aren't you happy as mad as your kids would make you that they were not that stupid?
Yeah, I'm happy they're not that stupid.
Do you have Tide Pods in the house?
Yes, I do. I keep them up high on a shelf.
Amen.
I don't know who's that stupid. Like, why would you?
You just take a
selfie?
picture.
I'm
You just selfie yourself.
Snapchatting. I'm Snapchatting.
Okay, so let's get back to this thing. We're going back to Big Daddy D, Donald Trump. We missed this for the last 2
No,
weeks.
we gotta do moment of
Bullshit.
silence. We gotta do moment of silence.
For what?
Officer Mike Doty.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are also late on that.
Yeah, so we're gonna do it.
1,
yeah.
2, 3. Everybody take a moment of silence. 1, 2, 3. Rest in peace, Officer Mike Doty.
Absolutely. Now we're going on to Big Daddy Donald D. Don't come up with anything else. So just let me ask you guys a question, and I'm being serious, and this is gonna piss everybody. How many viewers we got right now?
We're at 10 right now.
Oh,
10.
snap.
So we're about to
They
lose.
love me.
We're about to
It's
lose
me.
half of them. We're about to lose half of them. So I just got to know this, and I'm not saying that what he said is okay. That's not what I'm saying, because I said at the podcast on Jeremy Rail, I said, Big Daddy Donald D, you can't say what you said. But I just want to ask you two something.
What, shithole?
Have y'all scheduled your vacation in Haiti? I just want to know. I'm being serious. Have you?
He did.
You're anti-Trump. Have you scheduled you and your wife a lovely vacation at Haiti or Afghanistan?
Uh,
How about Somalia?
I'm guessing your point here is to say that he was right.
If you're watching live, we're dancing to "Sitting on the Dock of the Bay." Because that's my vacation song.
And you're gonna play it on the beautiful beaches of Haiti. Hey?
I am going to listen into it when the bombs are falling and when I'm running and gunning.
No, wait a minute, no. Answer the damn question. I want you two to tell me, are you two going on vacation anytime soon to this beautiful, not a shithole country called Haiti? I want to know. What about you, Nicole? You and Eddie going on vacation?
Here's my thought on the shithole comment.
Okay.
You know, he really didn't say shithole.
Okay, yeah, we don't know what he said because there wasn't a camera in there, right?
Correct.
So I think that people forever have always been proud of our country and we're the greatest country on earth and blah, blah, blah.
We are.
America.
So, you know, everybody's always had that attitude. So really, he's kind of saying the same thing, just in a bad way, if he did say that. I mean,
I agree.
What's the difference between saying America's the greatest country on earth and saying that other countries are shitholes?
Well, I don't know how you meant it, but this is my question.
Because you're the leader of the free world?
Oh, fuck that shit. Come on, man. So what, he can't speak the truth?
Well,
so wait a minute. So he said,
he should be a little bit more articulate than that.
Oh, fuck being articulate. That's the damn problem we got right now. Everybody wants to be damn articulate.
No, there's a difference between being articulate
You don't
and being
have to
politically
be,
correct.
But the fucking president probably should be articulate.
Why? Are they articulate when countries do shit to us? Are they articulate?
Turn the other cheek.
Do what?
Turn the other cheek.
Man, turn my middle finger up. What the fuck is wrong with
Can
you?
you guys start sending me
you
the hate mail that we get? Because I want to read it.
I'll give you access to the Gmail.
Hold on, wait a minute, Nick. So wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Seriously.
I can't hear you over Otis Redding.
They can't hear this. You know that.
They can't hear it. At least on the podcast, they can.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it. Okay.
They want you to acknowledge what I'm saying to you.
Shoot it.
So you're telling me that Haiti does not have a high number of people with the AIDS or HIV or is infected with HIV? I've been hearing that since I was a kid. Now, if you're going to tell me that that's not true, then that means somebody was lying way before Donald Trump ever got into office. Because I've always heard that. I've heard people come on CNN and Fox News and give these studies about how it's a bad thing. There's an AIDS epidemic over there, and there's an HIV epidemic over there, and there's this and that, and it's miserable, and it's poverty ruined, and blah blah blah.
But
blah.
I don't think they said shit.
I am about to
No,
break
they didn't. No, I don't want you to break.
No.
So who's lying? Tell me who's lying.
I'm going to show you somebody that goes to Haiti every year.
Is he going on vacation?
No.
Take his beach ball with him. Well, that thing is dark.
It is. Like every time I look over, I think he's like playing on a phone that's not even open.
Hey, buddy, I got you on a podcast here. You're on national radio, and we have a couple questions to ask you about Haiti.
Shoot.
You go down there every year, correct?
Try to.
For a humanitarian mission, correct?
Humanitarian, Jesus loving, Bible thumping, nail driving.
There it is.
Is he building houses?
Mr. Chad Ratliff, would you please kindly educate all of our viewers about what Haiti is like post, what do you want to call it? Disaster?
Post-earthquake.
Fire away.
Well, I think that the biggest difference is, for them, there's no difference. Besides losing loved ones, the living conditions probably a little bit worse in some areas. Now, I don't have a cool Bronx, I went from Port au Prince to John Mel, a 3-hour ride, so I was limited on what I seen and where it was at. But one thing that the Haitian people do is the sense of family and community is so different than in the States. Not mainly because that's all they have. You've traveled the world.
Mm-hmm.
You can elaborate or relate to that as well. Is it the culture not being nothing like it is here? Like the village to raise a child, and I'm not kidding you. You know what I mean?
So when you don't go there for humanitarian reasons, do you go there on vacation?
probably not doing that anyway. So there you go.
Is there anything in Haiti? Like, is it a beautiful country, or like when it's not ruined by an earthquake, like if it's cleaned up, is it normally beautiful, or is it what's it like? Is it like a third, fourth world country? What, talk to us. I've never been to Haiti.
Who's that?
It's Michael Allen.
Haiti is absolutely amazingly beautiful. It is, from my understanding, the dry side of Hispaniola Island, where we go in the town of Jacmel is the vacation area for Haitians, where you can literally stand on the beach and almost feel like you can touch the mountain like you can in Hawaii. You know what I'm talking about, Nick?
Yep.
And I don't know anywhere else you can do that at besides Hawaii, but absolutely beautiful. The nicest people. They actually call it there we go. A lot of time they reference them as mountain people. So it's almost like going to West Virginia. Everybody's really nice, or North Carolina. Everybody's really nice. Very appreciative of you being there for whatever reason you're there. If you're there just to hang out, then you're still there to kind. If you're there to help for other purposes, they're very appreciative of that.
What's the food like over there?
Incredible, dude. Absolutely incredible. Grass-fed everything.
Can't beat that.
Turkeys, they have a lot of turkeys. PETA would not appreciate it. They are definitely out of the council, like they're dying, but they're not. They're accustomed to living in that condition and doing that work and not eating a lot. They don't feed their chickens. Their chickens go and scrap up whatever they can scrap up out of the yard, and there you go.
Okay. All right. Well,
the food's absolutely incredible. Like the beans and the rice. I mean, when we're there, they do give us beans and rice versus just rice, and that's typically for people that have more financially to do down there.
Mm-hmm.
But until you've had rice out of a gigantic cast iron pot, boiled water by wood in the front yard, man, it's absolutely delicious. Go. They don't know try to give us good. They'll ask if you want it, but they typically won't because they think we don't like it. It's absolutely incredible.
So you think their beans and rice is better than Taco Bell's?
Man, you got me on soft spots. I spent a lot of Taco Bell.
I knew I'd get you on that, man. I knew there's no way on earth you was gonna say. Okay. All right. All right.
The culture, the people, the community. I'll actually have. Just walked in the door. Nick surprised me, but
Well, thank you for picking up.
I could phrase it better if I wasn't taking trash out.
Okay. Well, man, Chad, thank you for talking to us, and we appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Thank y'all. And if you ever want to go, I got some good connections. Hey, actually, my buddy down there took a runner, Nick.
Oh yeah.
He's on the U.S. ultra marathon dude, Harvey Lewis.
I'm telling you, they go down there all the time. These guys they're ingrained down there.
So my buddy Harvey Lewis is an ultra runner, right?
Yep.
Harvey's like supposedly a really amazing American runner for like 24-hour runner dude, right? So my buddy David down there, he actually did the tour with him on bike and was his guide.
That's pretty crazy.
And he stayed at his house when he was on that part of the country, and they went to their citadel and everything else that they have down there. And my buddy David said, yeah, he runs a lot better than I can ride a bike.
Yeah, I'm sure he can.
Sure you can. All right, guys, I appreciate it, man. Anytime. Hit me up.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks.
Steven. May I answer?
No, that didn't answer shit.
So that ruined your point.
That didn't ruin anything.
It did.
That didn't ruin anything. Guys, let me tell you something. Everything he said, and I appreciate what he does. I have an appreciation for it. I think it's awesome. I love it. I would not mind to go and do some type of humanitarian stuff one day, like in, I don't know, Cancun.
I thought you said you wouldn't leave the country.
Jamaica on the resort. I'd love to go help the people at the resort, and I'd love to Key West, Florida. I feel like there's people down there that I could help with my humanitarian ways, but I have no desire to go to Haiti and do what you're talking about doing. I'm just not going to do it. That's not me, and I'm not knocking anybody that does, because there's a need for it, and people need to go help. I'm just not the one to do it. I'm not going to go there to eat their beans and rice. You're not going to sell me to go to Haiti for some fucking beans. Now,
I'm not trying to do that.
Now, if he had said they have big 5-star resort hotels with a whole lot of Ballast Point or whatever the fuck this
Point.
is, then I'd be all for it. You know, if you're talking about going and getting on the cruise ship with Leo Vera and Bichencha to help them out, I'm all for it. But I just can't go.
I know.
I'm the bad guy.
I
I'll be the bad guy. Look, I'll be the bad guy. You guys be the good guys. That's fine. I have no problem with it. I just can't go.
One day, Haiti will be on your radar.
No, one day Haiti will not be on my radar. One day Haiti.
Listen, he told me and Eddie he wouldn't even go to Hawaii with us.
Yeah, you guys are missing. Yeah,
I'm leaving.
I think
It's just him.
Yeah, I think you're missing the point, Nick. It's not that I don't want to go specifically to Haiti. I'm not going any damn where.
How the fuck were you going to join the military, sir?
Well, that's why I didn't do it.
He would be perfectly fine not leaving Charlotte, North Carolina ever again.
No, I'll be perfectly fine not leaving the beautiful
Henderson,
continental United States. Now, I will make an exception in Jamaica or Cancun, I said. I went there for my honeymoon. I went to Jamaica on my honeymoon.
But you won't go to Hawaii.
Some really good ganja.
That's too far.
You can't be in the airplane that
That's
long.
too much ocean. Too much ocean
Yeah,
flying.
that is
Too
right.
much ocean.
I'm nervous
Yeah, too
about
much
the
ocean.
airplane ride already.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so what we got next here?
All right, so you ruined your week to do predictions for the fight, but you can talk about them.
Oh, the UFC Charlotte fights. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Allen, and I would like to give you some words of advice. The Kool-Aid is sweet.
Don't drink it.
Don't drink it. What? It's the truth.
Oh, God.
Unless you're going to run an MMA gym and do better, then I mean, you really have a.
I'm a fucking armchair UFC quarterback coach. I can say whatever I want to now.
You are a professional.
I'm a
armchair.
professional, man. I sit in my chair and I sit there and I go, I do this, I do that, and I do this. And then when the opposite happens, I go, I wouldn't have done that. You know what, though? All kidding aside, just going down the fights, just from what I remember of them, I didn't watch a whole lot of them. The local fighters, Justin Kish, I didn't even watch that. I don't think was it on TV?
I couldn't
It
find
was on the prelim.
I didn't even see it on the prelims.
It was a prelim fight, but
Really?
I didn't watch any
It was
of
the
them.
Facebook prelims?
Did they even do the Facebook prelims?
I thought they did.
I don't know. But I didn't get to see her fight. I heard that it was a competitive fight, but she got beat. I don't know.
I think it was split decision.
Rinaldi, I was disappointed in the matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just, for him to be fighting here in Charlotte, I don't understand what the UFC got. And this is in no way, no form, fashion, or shape disrespectful to Jordan. Because Jordan has done what 100 other guys couldn't do. Some of them with more talent. Some of them with better skill sets. Some of them with every opportunity at their hands, at their disposal, and they couldn't do what Jordan Rinaldi did. Jordan weathered the storm. He fought the good fight. He did everything the right way. And he got to the UFC, and if anybody deserves to be in the UFC, I'll be the first one to just go on camera and say it. Jordan deserves to be in the UFC. He's paid his dues.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, the matchmakers.
Matchmaking.
That was a match. That was a mismatch.
Yes.
I mean, that's just. And the UFC matchmakers know better. They knew when they put him against that kid that was a mismatch. And I'm not saying that Jordan couldn't beat him, but he couldn't beat him right now. He's 3 fights into his UFC career, I think, and there's no way he's going to overcome a guy that's a 2-time New York State champion, 4-time NCAA All-American, 2-time national champion, and his nickname is the freaking Gift. When somebody's nickname is the Gift,
you're fucked.
No, I don't know if you're fucked, but young fighters. And I'm not talking about Jordan now. I'm talking to the fighters out there that are young. If your coach comes to you and says, hey, man, I got a great fight for you, and you say, who? And he says, the Gift, you fire that coach. That's the end of the story. You fire that manager. It's the end of the story. And if the matchmaker says it, you just say respectfully, no. And if they say you're fired, then you say fire me. But because
you have an amazingly small feet, by the way.
Thank you. It's the opposite of one.
Better to fit up your ass, he says.
That always happens.
But I mean, do you not agree?
I totally agree, and I don't know what Joe was. I don't need
Sean Shelby
Sean,
again.
Is it Sean?
That's your favorite person.
Oh man,
Don't start on Sean Shelby.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to get it. But look, Jordan deserved a better match in his hometown.
Yeah, that was
What the fuck is that? I mean, in his hometown, and this is what pisses me off. I've seen them go to other places. I've seen them go to other places in other people's hometowns and give them a turd, if there is such a thing as a turd in the UFC.
Yes.
Yeah, but they gave Jordan somebody who, if you guys don't understand, let me explain to you how good of a wrestler.
Well,
Greg
wait.
No.
Let's explain what a turd is.
No, I'm not explaining the turd in the UFC. Let me explain this first because I don't
Wasn't
think
he
you
a
understand.
true freshman when he All-American?
Yes.
Yeah, listen to this. Gregor Gillespie has the ability to put Khabib on his back. Think about that for a minute. Everybody let that settle in. This is not a Jordan Rinaldi witch hunt.
No.
Okay, I want to see Jordan do well, but you put him in a fight in his hometown against a guy that reasonably, not just theoretically, reasonably could put Khabib, Nurma, whatever his damn name is, on his back.
Number.
I'm not saying Gregor Gillespie would necessarily beat him, but he could. He could put Khabib, Nurma on his back. And you came into Charlotte, North Carolina. You haven't been in our city. You haven't been in our state for 8 freaking years. And the appreciation you show our state and our city is to put freaking Jordan Rinaldi against the Gift and to put Derek Brunson against Jacare.
So why do you think that happened?
I don't know.
Well, listen.
Because they said yes.
We talked about the Brunson Jacare matchup, and we agreed that was a pretty good matchup.
On paper, yes.
On paper. So,
but here's my problem with it. There was other options. You didn't have to do that fight in North Carolina. You didn't have to do that fight in Charlotte. You didn't have to do that fight when that man just got his kids back and is not training at Greg Jackson's anymore. You did not have to do that fight right then. Michael Bisping's ass could have came here and fought Derek Brunson, and Derek could have drug him from pillar to post and curb stomped his ass in front of the entire North Carolina community, and we would have been fine and happy, and everybody would have been happy. And I'm not, look, Derek's not making any excuses. I read his Facebook, and he was a man about it, and he just said, he's the better man. He beat me. I'll be back. Jordan did the same damn thing. Justine, I don't know, somebody probably wrote a love letter on Facebook or something and said all kinds of shit was going on. But anyways.
Hang on.
What?
That feels a little bit sexist.
2 cents.
Well, it's a
This is the women's 2 cents. Please jump in.
I'm just saying it's shitty. I just think it's shitty at the UFC. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it as a fan and as the armchair coach. I just didn't like it. I wanted to see Jordan come in here, and I wanted to see him fight somebody. Of
the same caliber.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's bullshit. I call bullshit. And especially for them.
You're not the only one.
Again, they haven't been here. They haven't been to Charlotte. They haven't been in North Carolina for 8 years. And this is the shit they pull. They came to Charlotte last time, and they didn't put Rodney Wallace on the card.
That was them.
That was shitty. But I thought that was as shitty as it could get. Then they come back here. They didn't even put Spencer Fisher on the card back then. And then they come back this time.
And they were at the Grady Cole Center.
They were
not even a fucking Coliseum.
Yeah.
And we have 3 of them here. So.
I don't understand that. I know when Bellator came here in Charlotte, they were all about, they had just signed Joe Pacheco to a full contract. And they literally all but said, we want him to shine. You do your part, make sure he's ready. We're giving him somebody that he can shine against because we want to come back. No, they ain't came back, but they kept their word.
Well, unfortunately, I think that they booked that fight on a really stupid day, and that they probably didn't have a very good turnout. And
Bellator was on Valentine's.
Didn't want to.
Yeah.
Bellator's coming up strong.
Oh, Bellator's looking good, man.
Well, luckily now they've moved their fights off of Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Because I think
that
probably didn't
Did you
help.
see that Douglas Lima Rory McDonald fight?
I did not.
I was watching those. Was that the same night as the UFC?
Yes.
So I was trying to watch them at the same time. The Buffalo Wild Wings we were at down in Myrtle Beach was playing both of them. So I'm like,
Yeah.
So it was kind of crazy.
Speaking of the UFC that night, Stipe Miocic is a
Holy
man.
Yes, he
shit.
is.
I've been telling people this. Look, I again, the armchair coach. I said Stipe. This is no lie. I said Stipe would be the world champion 7 years ago when he knocked my heavyweight into next year. His first pro win, or maybe it was his second pro win, was against my heavyweight, and he knocked him
is
dead.
literally knocking people into the air.
So how do you feel about him in DC? I don't want that fight. I'm so
heartbroken. Stipe.
Wait. Why do you not want that fight?
Because I like them both. I don't.
DC's checkmate.
I don't.
I understand.
I don't want Stipe to lose that title, but
Hold on. DC's checkmate, and we're the gym that supports checkmate all the time.
so anyway.
I'll drink to that.
I guess I have to.
Congratulations to our checkmate fighter.
Bobby Green, the king. Bobby Green.
So, but it sounds like that they kind of came to the agreement to fight together, because I saw a quote where DC was like, I'm not fighting Stipe for $500,000, and they come back with another number, and he's like, okay, I'll fight him for that. And Stipe was like, I fucking love you, man. You know, so obviously they don't care. They're getting paid.
I mean, you're win or lose, you're a winner in that match.
I'm so disheartened.
I don't want to. I don't want to watch it.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I know. Well, you know, I came to terms. Stipe's gonna fight.
So are
Kane.
they fighting for
Stipe's
belt?
For Stipe's belt.
Yep. If Kane can make the physical.
Yeah. Which I don't think he will. I think Kane's career's over, but
I believe it. I personally, I was going to.
He would have already came back.
He would have fought again.
Yeah,
I agree.
I just don't think he. I just don't think he's coming back. I think he's beat up.
And speaking of the same thing, is I don't think Bisping should be fighting anymore either.
Michael Bisping?
Yes. If you can't see out of fucking an eye.
Seeing's important when it comes to fighting.
Seeing is very important.
It's a critical attribute to have. I mean, vision.
God bless him. I mean, go commentate. You're a great commentator. Stop fucking fighting.
So what are they just kind of shooting?
No.
Eye exams?
Do one more fight. Fight Derek Brunson. Please.
No. Fight George St. Pierre again.
No, fight Derek Brunson. What are you talking? We don't care about GSP. GSP he's trying to poop right now. I think.
He is well.
I like Bisping. What are y'all's problem?
No, I mean,
I like Bisping.
He's got colitis. He's got colitis, which is
GSP does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very, very tough road for him, just like it was for Brock Lesnar. Why it happened now, nobody knows. But
hold on. Speaking of Brock, do you guys realize he was whipping grown man's asses with diverticulitis? Is that how you say it?
Diverticulitis.
He was literally dying. He was literally dying inside.
I wonder if it had anything to do with that failed drug test. Was that helping him?
You hush your damn mouth. Don't you ever speak about Brock Lesnar like that. I will choke you. Wait till tomorrow at practice. Wait till tomorrow at practice. I'll fix this tomorrow. You don't speak of Brock Lesnar in that term, mention a failed drug test. What are you talking about?
We speak the truth here, remember?
We do speak the truth.
That's what's wrong.
That was what you told us.
I forget what. But number one, he wasn't taking steroids.
Oh yeah, he said it was some kind of cream he had to rub on his feet.
Yeah, that's right. He's got bad feet. The man had bad feet. I got bunions. I put some steroids on my bunions, some steroid creams on my bunions, and it shows up in the test. It shows up on the test, and then y'all want to talk shit just because he beat up Mark Hunt. Now, what's that man's feet?
Look, Mark Hunt can't see out of both eyes. Anybody can beat up Mark Hunt right now.
He didn't kick Mark Hunt in his head. So what's that got to do with his feet?
Nobody beat the living fucking shit out of him.
Because he's more man.
Well, about 180 pounds more man.
Well, that's Mark Hunt's fault. Gang, eat a damn hamburger. What do you want me to do?
I'm just saying.
Ain't he from Australia? Eat a kangaroo.
Failed drug test.
Man, you gonna come up off Brock talking about he failed the drug
John
test.
Jones, go.
He's the man. What do you want me to say? John Jones, you gonna say John Jones ain't the man?
Somebody that he doesn't like failed drug tests.
You gonna say you gonna say John Jones ain't the man? Are you gonna say John Jones ain't the man? Are you gonna say John Jones ain't the man? Yes or no? Yes or no? Speak, testify. Is John Jones the man? Yes or no?
No.
What? He's beaten the world champ
It
twice.
failed fucking drug test after drug test.
It was a hard-on pill.
If
That had nothing to do with his performance. Had nothing to do with his
you
performance.
believe that.
Why would he lie? Why would he lie?
What extracurricular activities is he getting into at the age that he's at that he would need a pill?
To get a hard on. Thank you. Thank you.
He may
Thank
he
you.
may have-
From the woman on staff.
He may have some limpy-wimpy problems. There's nothing wrong with a man having some limpy-wimpy problems. And he took a pill.
Okay.
Most men in their 20s do not have.
I was.
But are you saying that it's unheard of? You saying that can't happen?
No.
What?
I'm just going to ask a question from the female. You just said a man in their 20s,
Mhm.
late 20s,
Mhm.
from experience, and no names, I'm just saying, have you experienced that problem?
No. I mean, especially like John
What
Jones.
the hell kind of, what is that? Are y'all saying the shit I deal with?
John
That
Jones
makes sense.
is one of the best athletes on the planet, which
Yes.
which makes me believe
Totally agree.
that he's obviously like naturally full of testosterone.
That has nothing to do with your limpy-wimpy not working.
Why would you
I feel like
want
that
to
definitely
buy a penis pill at a gas station?
They sell them, that's why. Are you saying I don't have the right as an American
You
to go into a gas
If you have
station?
millions
Not
of
if you're-
dollars, you're gonna go in a gas station and buy a penis pill.
And if you're
Wait a
drug
minute.
tested,
Wait a minute. Who in the hell would think that a penis pill at the gas station would cause you
You
to
cannot
pop?
sit here and tell me that a professional athlete at his level doesn't know better about
Hold
what
on.
they put in their
Hold on,
body.
wait a minute. Stop.
Amen.
Hold on, no. Stop.
Preach.
Stop. No. No. Stop.
I feel the spirit of the Lord moving inside.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
glad we have this on recording, so when somebody that he doesn't like fails a drug test
Yes.
and he says all the shit we're saying, we're like, well,
Look, if it's a fact, but wait a minute. If they fail a drug test because they purposely did some type of performance enhancing drugs, that's one thing. But you're talking about a man who was dying of diverticulitis and he had bunions on his feet. So he rubbed, no, Brock Lesnar. I'm talking about Brock
did
Lesnar.
GSP fail a drug test?
Hold on, wait a minute. And he had to rub some cream on his
Doesn't he have
feet.
a problem too? He
Brock
has a
Lesnar
drug
had to
test.
rub some cream on his feet. Okay, and you guys are coming down hard on him.
If
John
he has
Jones.
diverticulitis, he has worse
John
problems to worry
Jones.
about
Wait a
than his
minute.
feet.
John Jones had a limpy-wimpy problem, and he went into a gas station. He wanted to make sweet love to his wife that night, and so he bought a pill. And he took the pill and he popped hot. And you guys, so wrong. I'm so disappointed. I'm so
It's
disappointed.
right after he ran
I'm
into
so
the back of another lady's car and then ran away.
Pregnant.
That has
Came
nothing
back.
to do
A
with the
pregnant
fights.
woman's car.
That has nothing to do with the fights. That has nothing to do with the fights.
It has to do with decision.
That has no. Okay, he makes poor decisions. And Mike Tyson made poor decisions.
So buying penis pills at a
He
gas
even
station.
admitted that he did like cocaine the whole weekend before he beat DC.
He was stressed.
He did.
He was stressed. The man was stressed. He's 20 years old. He's
I
got
don't
the
think
weight of
cocaine
the
helps with
world.
stress.
He's got the
No,
weight
it
of the
doesn't.
I
world.
don't think it helps
He's
with
got the
stress.
weight of the world on his
Tried
shoulders.
it. It
Look,
didn't work.
Look
I
at
think
me.
You need to de-stress.
You got
what
it.
Nate Diaz
Look.
are doing.
Look, I've got the weight of the world on me right now here in this jiu-jitsu.
So you're gonna jack yourself off on some cocaine?
I mean, if I
I
had
don't think
to,
that's how that works.
if I had to, I would, but I deal with stress differently. He's 20 years old. He's the world champion. He had Nike talking to him, Gatorade talking to him, millions of dollars, girls throwing themselves at
Maybe if he
him.
wasn't
And he's
snorting
a-
all that cocaine,
hold
he
on,
would need a dick
Hold on.
pill.
He had
Oh shit! Drop the fight! That's my bad leg. Just drop it. He got coke dick.
Yep.
That's what you just said.
That's a problem.
And you know it's true. Look at
It's
that
not true.
face.
It's not true.
Look at that face.
It's not true.
It is true.
No,
You
it's
know
true.
Well, hey, you know what? Hey, maybe it is. But at the same time, you guys know it's true. He is the greatest, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest MMA fighter that has ever stepped foot in the octagon.
Oh, I love John
In-
Jones.
I totally agree with you.
Is he not the greatest? Yes or no?
I rooted for John Jones
Who's better?
against DC.
Who the hell's better than John Jones? Do you hear this shit? Who are you getting ready to say?
Who is?
Who are you going to say is better than John Jones?
Are we talking pound for pound?
Yes, pound for pound. He's never been beat. He's never been beat.
He's never been beat,
I
but
think
he's been
You sure he never been
enhanced.
beat? I thought
He has one loss where he elbowed Matt Hamill.
So what about
illegally.
Mighty Mouse?
Mighty Mouse is doo-doo compared to John Jones. He fights in a damn good googly moogly. Really? You guys have got to be shitting me.
BJ Penn.
BJ Penn. BJ Penn's been beat by everybody but my damn dog, and I don't even have a dog.
Look at his record though, and look at how many weight classes he fought.
What the hell's that? He's an idiot. That's bad decision making. You keep jumping around from weight class, getting your ass kicked. What's that got to do with anything?
All right. So what's up? What brought you to this main topic?
The main topic. Okay, we got to get this.
I want to know why you landed on this.
So this dude. Hold on. So let's talk about this guy. Wait a minute. Oh, you're talking about the main topic.
Main topic.
Yes.
Oh, training. Training at other gyms. Training at other gyms. Dude, what the hell happened that was going on with the training at other gyms?
I don't know.
Well, it's just a topic. I don't know.
No, you're missing this. Do you have that?
That's what I just said. Training at other gyms.
Yeah. Do you have the other 3 bullet points underneath?
Yeah. Okay, Professor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it because
Okay,
that's a big topic.
So you don't remember why you brought?
No. I do because you gained a student.
Yeah. Don't say the student's name.
I'm not gonna say the student's name.
Don't say the student.
And then a morning you did a Facebook video with another student and said that you had no hate for somebody, you loved everybody, and that was it. You remember that?
Yeah, but that didn't have anything to do with this though. But yeah, the reason I thought of that for the main topic was because that's a big topic in jiu-jitsu. People cross-training at other gyms and professors getting absolutely
irate.
Because it's big and it's everywhere. And what do you guys think about it?
I got
not that you guys are professors or anything, but I'm just, asking.
I got a ton of shit of it. I honestly, between Rob Hunter and Scott Shields, I got shit for going back between the 2 of them, and you guys both know it. And I'm gonna call it what it is. It shouldn't have been that way, but it was.
Wait a minute. I thought Rob Hunter and Scott Shields were like teammates, or
they were.
Was there something going on between them though?
There's
they...
always drama. I'm just gonna say there's always drama, and I love both of them to death. And I love Scott, and I love Rob, and Rob and I have developed a relationship over the years. And same thing, I've known Scott longer, but the same thing was that they would get mad when I would go train at each other's gym.
But would they get mad if you trained somewhere else so they didn't have?
Yes.
So anywhere.
Oh, say
yes.
They didn't like you going anywhere else.
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes, Brad can get a little irritable if I go somewhere with somebody that he has a problem with, which I don't really do too often. But other than that, he doesn't really have a problem with me traveling to other gyms. But so what do you think is their problem mentally? Professors that don't want their students going anywhere else, like what is going on in their mind? Like why?
What do you think is going on in their mind? Or what's going on in your mind?
I think there's a couple different trains of thought. Okay, and a lot of times black belts don't always say what they're thinking. Some people don't want you going to other people's schools and training because they have I don't want to say bad intentions, but they're not. It's not for the most honorable reason. They don't want to be exposed. Just call them what it is. Some black belts out there, they sell the Kool-Aid to their students, and if you don't know any better and you've never been exposed to any other jiu-jitsu, you think the jiu-jitsu or the grappling that they're teaching is right and it's the best thing out there. And so, but they know that what they're teaching is shit. So they don't want you to go down the street or across the highway or down 20 miles down the road and find out that, the flower sweep they're teaching you is garbage, or that the fact they're not teaching you grips is no, the bread basket works. Jeremy Rail's shit works.
It does. I tried it the other day.
But that they don't want to be exposed. And I've met black belts like that, and they're, in my opinion, they're pieces of shit. But the reality is this, though. When you sign up under a black belt, you need to do your research. You need to do your due diligence. You need to get to know the person, and you need to figure out what kind of person.
You're asking something from somebody coming off the street that is probably a white belt that has no fucking clue what to do.
Yeah, that's true. But in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, white belt, you're in the beginner stage. You're in the testing stage, and you'll figure out.
Still in the beginner stage.
Okay, hold on. When you're a white belt, within 1 month, you should have a good idea about the personality of that instructor. Within 6 months, you should have a good idea, 110% what's expected. Okay. Now,
but if you've never been anywhere else, and especially if you're not good at reading people, you don't realize that
you have no comparison.
Yeah, you don't have anything to compare it to.
You have no comparison.
So maybe for all you know, they're all like that.
So that is the equivalent of drinking the Kool-Aid.
Okay, but hold on. I'm getting to that point then. You're entrusting that black belt to lead you down your journey.
Correct.
Okay. And if that black belt tells you that he don't want you to go somewhere, then my suggestion to you, even though in my opinion some people do it for shitty reasons, my suggestion to you is put your faith in that black belt. And I mean, you're the one that decided to go there. You're the one that wanted to trust him. So there might be a good reason, which brings me up to my other people that do it. Some black belts don't want you going to other schools to protect you. Rather it is to protect their system. Rather it is to protect their competitive spirit within the community or within the affiliation. Or rather it is they don't want you to, because here's the deal. When you walk into somebody else's school, I don't give a damn how good you are. You're at their mercy. And some schools are assholes. They're nice people. They're good guys. But they can be assholes at the open mat. They can be jerks. Nobody ever walks into this school and gets on my mat without rolling with Nicole, Eddie, or King. You're not going to walk into my school and get to roll with Alex Baduch. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. You're not going to walk in, because you're not going to walk into my school, roll with Alex, who's a 3-stripe white belt, and then walk back out and go, man, I rolled cornbread students up. It's not going to happen. You walk into my school, I'm going to put whoever's on the mat that's the best. I'm going to put my killers against you. And if you get through them, then I'm going to do my absolute best to run your ass through the mud. And I don't know a single school that is not like that. There's nobody in the city of Charlotte that you're going to walk into their school and they're going to let you roll up their damn worst blue belt or their worst. They're going to put their best purple belt on you. They're going to put their top brown belt on you. They're going to put their black belt on you. Okay, they want you to have fun. They want you to come back, but they want you to know that their school is serious. Now, if Nicole walks into that school, if Nicole tells me, hey, Brett, I'm going to go down here to Steve Hall's and train, okay? I know that when Nicole goes in there, Steve's going to put his best people against Nicole. And I know he's going to do it in good spirit, but he's not going to let Nicole walk into school and run amok over his students. At the same time, I know Nicole can take care of herself, okay? My white belts, I don't want them going to Steve Hall's school. I don't want some of my blue belts going to Steve Hall's school, because if they go into Steve Hall's school and they start having a little bit of success against one of his white belts or blue belts, and then he puts his purple belt or brown belt on, and then they get hurt, then I'm going to be pissed. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And that's things that underbelts don't always think of. And then the other thing is this. If you're at Jeremy Arrell's school, or if you're at John Piper's school, or if you're at Top's school, Roberto Travis, J-Ho Lee's school, mm-hmm. or you're here, or what in the name of hell do you need to go somewhere else and train for? Well, for what?
So do you
well, I think the obvious reason, I don't know about your men. There's plenty of men in here for them to get different looks, but at some point you get used to the same training partners and you get used to knowing exactly what they're going to do next. They know exactly what you're going to do next. And then for me, I don't get anybody my size, so I like to go ahead.
So let me respond to that before you say anything, Nick. Let me give you the black belt head coach response to that.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you're saying that, and I understand, because I've met people that thought that way, and a lot of people think that way. And there's nothing wrong with that train of thought. But I'm going to give you the black belt head coach line of thought on that. So you're in here and you get used to training with the same people. So you want to go train with the enemy so they can acclimate themselves to you.
Well, not really the enemy, but like we have schools that we're friends with, like Piper's, where I know that that's a friendly place. And if I go to Piper's and you're not with me, I know that Piper is going to make sure I don't get hurt. And I can go over there and have good rolls and have fun, and he's not going to try to get me murdered. And it's nice because I see, different people. I don't see the same people all the time. So it's kind of like getting free competition, sort of.
If I can't count to you the number of people that walked over into Dalton Avenue to train at our open mat, thinking the exact same thing you just said, and it went that way. It did. And they rolled with you, or they rolled with Pacheco, or they rolled with Ricky, or they rolled with Derek, or they rolled with Eddie, and everybody was happy and everybody was nice. And while all this nice and lovey-dovey shit was going on, what do you think I was doing? Well, I'll tell you what I was doing.
Trying to think of how to hurt them.
3 weeks later, we was at Naga or New Breed, and the person that rolled with Pacheco, or the person that rolled with Ricky, or the person that rolled with Derek went against them in a competition. And before they ever walked out on the mat, I had a conversation with Joe and Ricky, or Derek, or Eddie, about what to do to beat that person, because I sat there and peeped their game.
Yeah, but there's so many, like, especially in local competition. And I mean, even guys like Buchecha probably compete against the same guys all the time. So it's going to happen. And then everybody around here locally, if they haven't competed against me, they've seen me. They can easily look it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
they've seen you, but again, seeing you and dealing with your game is two totally different things, because you have a game that most females don't have. So seeing it and then being able to tell your athlete how to deal with it is two totally different things. Now, on the flip side of that coin, me seeing what your opponents do, because most females play that game, I've seen it a million times. I've seen you deal with it a million times, and whatever little extracurricular parts of their game they have, if I can see them in there on that mat, I promise you, I can give you a way to work around.
But usually, I mean, I don't know that everybody's like this, but my gym rolling and my competition rolling are two totally different things.
Maybe, but the point is, most black belts have a reason for saying that they don't want their students to go somewhere else and train.
So,
well, they should be upfront about it if it's for a not piss poor reason. If it's not because your first point of they don't want to be exposed, if it's for a good reason, that I don't want you to go over to school because
nobody's gonna say that.
Nobody's gonna say I know that, but I'm just saying if you don't want your students traveling for a good reason, like I don't want you to go over there because you might get hurt because maybe we're not on good terms or whatever. I think you should let them know that up front so that they don't come up with their own ideas in their head.
And then this brings up the problem that I had as a transient student. Is every place that I moved, I was living maybe for 2 years. So I would get ingrained with the school on the East Coast. I'd go back to the West Coast. I'd go to Asia. I'd go to Sweden. I'd go to East Coast, West Coast, and back again.
Yeah.
And I would never get ingrained in a school.
Yeah. Well, your situation is different. You travel a lot, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So you travel a lot. That I mean, at that point, in my mind, and this is just me as the professor, I'd have to look at your. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't like for my students to go other places. I don't.
Check Mat headquarters and Louis Ponz's. They got guys coming in from other gyms coming in and training with them, and then they have to compete against them at IBJJF later. I mean, they still train together.
I don't know. That's them. At my school, I don't like people going other places. I'm not going to tell anybody that they can't. I have one school that I've told everybody.
But do you
hold
harbor,
on, let me finish.
But do you harbor bad relations?
Can I finish? Just let me finish. I don't like my students going other places, okay? At all. But I'm not going to lose sleep about it. I'm not going to tell somebody that they can't. If they make that decision and they want to go, keep it in the back of my mind and whatever.
Okay, so remove me as your student, and right now I'm just an interviewer.
Yeah.
Do you harbor anything bad against people that do go train other places without your permission?
Against the school?
Yes.
So like if Nicole goes to Piper's, do I get mad at Piper?
Let's say Nicole
No.
wants to go up to Asheville to train and doesn't tell you one day.
I don't care.
No.
I mean,
do I harbor feelings against Nicole?
Yes.
No. But if Nicole, well, no, this is the only thing that can do that. If Nicole knows that I have a problem with another professor, and she goes there, then I'm not going to be happy. But that's a totally different ball of wax.
You're totally fucked because he's got problems with that.
I know.
No.
I usually, I mean, I do travel to other schools sometimes, and but I always let him know. I never try to sneak around.
So no one's trying to sneak something by you.
Yeah.
And when they do, or if they say, Brett, or Professor, I want to go train somewhere else because I'm going to be in this location for this day.
Yeah.
Will you let me train there? Or do you have any reservations of me training there?
Dude, I'm not Sifu Allen here. I mean, I'm not the Grand Master. I'm nobody's boss, and nobody has to ask my permission. When I said I don't like it,
No.
But when
You're misrepresenting the black belt for what we look up to. So that's that. Yeah, you have to put yourself in that position.
No, my point is, when I say I don't like it from the standpoint of I know things can go wrong. I don't mean I don't like it because I don't like her training at other places. I'm jealous that she goes and trains somewhere else. I don't want her to be around some other instructors. No. That's not what I'm saying. I don't like her going and training other places because in my mind, something can go wrong. And then when it goes wrong, then I'm like, shit, what the hell is she doing there anyway? Why'd she go down there? I don't like her going there. Look, she could go even another checkmate school.
So
I get nervous when I hear somebody else went to another checkmate school.
What are the things that could go wrong?
Somebody could get hurt.
Okay.
Somebody could get hurt. Somebody could be a jerk. But for example, she went to a school not long ago, and this is a school that is absolutely 110%. If I had a list of my friends and my enemies, which I don't, but if I did have that list, this school is at the top of the friends list. This is 110%. I wouldn't blink an eye about her going there. Okay, but she goes there, and there's a bigger male dude there, and he's rolling rough with her. That's the type of stuff that worries.
I mean, it's not even something that he. I don't think he was doing it on purpose. Some men they don't roll with women, and they don't understand how to.
Yeah, and take it further than Nicole. Because Nicole can handle herself. But my white belts. If one of my white belts goes to a checkmate affiliate, who I 110% trust every checkmate professor on planet Earth that they will take care of my students. And then some big ogre purple belt or big ogre brown belt grabs a hold of my white belt, and my white belt, maybe the brown belt isn't meaning to do it, but my white belt tries to roll like a crazy person, and then he gets caught in the corner and gets hurt. That worries me. That scares me. You mentioned that about the video I did to Ricky Rainey that I did with Derek. Okay, Jim O. Okay, I don't get along with Jim O, the greatest of that gym, but their professor Jim O, Jeff Jim O, is ridiculously qualified as a black belt, and he is mindful watching people roll on the mats. Okay, anybody goes up to Jim O, I know that they would be safe in Jim O's hands. But that would scare me just for the simple fact of they go up there and somebody rolls the wrong way. Nobody can take care of my students like me. Let me put that. That's the best way I can work. Okay. And I think a lot of black belt professors, rather they're, out of touch with their emotional side and don't want to say it. But I know for me, I feel like no one can take care of my tribe like I can. Okay, so I don't like my students leaving this gym. Can they do it? Absolutely. Do I take them other places? Absolutely. Can they go without asking? Absolutely. But that doesn't ease my fear and my worries. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would definitely myself never want our lower belts to travel anywhere by themselves. Right. I agree with him on that. I would never tell, not that I don't think Amanda could handle herself, but I would never tell her to go to another gym by herself.
Yeah. I mean, I trust John Piper. I trust Jeremy Rell. I trust Steve Hall. I trust Paulo Mushu. I trust Elton in Myrtle Beach. I trust Winsen. I trust Mark Cookrow. And I hope they feel the same way that I do. Nobody can take care of my kids, my family, my tribe like me. And when I hear that someone goes somewhere else, you know, I'm just like, are you okay? Did everything go good? Jordan goes to Checkmat Mint Hill all the time to roll. And that's our Checkmat affiliate. Paulo's the head black belt over the area. He's 4th degree black belt. He's safe there. There's multiple black belts on the mat. He's safe. I know he's safe. But he'll tell me, sometimes Jordan will tell me, he's like, hey, professor, I can't be here on Saturday. I'm going to go to Checkmat Mint Hill for open mat. And I cringe. I'm protective of my tribe, but you know, and I'm protective over her. I'm protective over Amanda. I'm really protective of the female athletes in my gym. I get nervous because, like she said, guys don't always realize, especially with her, and I don't blame them. Hell, she's throwing arm bars up every freaking angle.
I bring some of it on myself. I do, but it's still frustrating.
She's ready to break your arm. Yeah, your arm's ready to break, and so you got to be strong. And then you pick her up and you drop her on her head, and then I'm pissed. You know what I'm saying?
We talked about this literally like our second podcast, if you remember that.
Yeah. So I hope that opened up to some of the viewers out there. This is one of the reasons I sort of wanted to give some explanation. That's the good side of why professors may not want you to travel other places and train. Now then there's some guys out there that's shitty. Some of them are just doing bad business. Some of them are scum. Some of them are con men. Some of them are feeding you the Kool-Aid and they don't want to be exposed.
I don't think that they should get irate and just forbid you to travel somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that because
this is
like
America.
you are my black belt and I respect you, but at the end of the day, I'm a grown ass woman. You know? Mm-hmm. Like I don't know how. Yeah.
I think you said it best this morning in a conversation that I overheard was that it was the person's money that they were spending and they were going to spend it where they wanted to spend it.
Yeah. This is America. You are the what do you call it? The consumer?
Customer.
You're the customer? Yeah, and I'm providing you a service.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, that relationship, you know, in jiu-jitsu, there's a fine line there. It's really, 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 really fine. Because
any martial art.
There's the customer service relationship, but then at the same time, there's the master apprentice relationship.
Yeah,
and it's got to be balanced.
And that's what people miss is the master apprentice relationship, and that goes for any trade. And I believe that firmly nowadays that people misplace the master apprentice for the customer and the service provider.
Yeah.
Master and apprentice. Apprentices back in the day didn't have to pay, but they had to fucking work long hours to learn a skill.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. But now in today's world, the masters have families to feed, bills to pay, overhead, so money is in the equation.
Yeah.
And that's what comes into it.
Yep. I agree. 110%. I mean, it's tough. And I think a lot of people lose touch with that. They think that, and heck, man, it's an ego trip when you get a black belt. When you get a black belt and you go to school, it's an ego trip. And sometimes you lose, it's easy to lose focus.
Quickly explain, because
when you're a new black belt, there's a million different things running through your head. And at some point in time,
without looking, when did Hickson Gracie sign your black belt? Don't look. Stop. Look that way. Look that way.
You know the JJGF?
Yes.
Man, I don't remember. I don't know.
2014.
Oh, that's when I got my black belt. I registered with the JJGF 2014.
I don't know that. He didn't.
What in the hell? What's your point? He drank too many of those sudsies.
I drank the Kool-Aid.
But anyways, you get your black belt, and it can be an ego trip. You know, if you have your school, if you have your own school, because at some point you go,
You think
I'm in charge. Yeah, I've had an ego trip. Absolutely. There's been several times where I was like, damn it, I'm in charge. This is my school.
How many times he's kicked me off the mat?
Well,
Get the fuck out!
Get out! Get out of here!
I've only seen that twice.
Yeah, you ain't even been here that long.
I ain't
I
been
kicked
here
her out
that long.
twice. Well, it's a little bit different. There's a different relationship there because she's my daughter-in-law. But
That's true.
But it's seriously, you people get their black belts, and I envy people that get their black belts and don't have a school. I envy them. I really do. I envy them because they got time.
Please explain.
Because they get time to grow. I didn't get that time to grow. You know, you get your black belt and you've accomplished a major, you've overcome a major milestone, but then you realize you don't know shit. And then you realize that you're not just a black belt, you're not just teaching people, you're not just training people, but you have to overlook and take care of those people.
So what you're saying is that there's a difference between having a black belt and running a business.
Oh, absolutely. 110%.
That
110%.
I agree with 100%.
Excuse me, 110%. Nicole, you know, when she gets her black belt, you know, she won't be in the same situation I was in. Kenny, when he gets his black belt, which is coming up pretty soon.
Don't say that. He
Right.
might hear you.
I don't give a damn. I don't care.
He will disappear.
I don't care. He better disappear because he's getting his black belt here pretty soon. Eddie, when he gets his black belt, everybody when they get their black belt, you know, I'm thankful that they won't be in the same situation I was in of having their own school, and I hope that they stay here and that they grow and they nourish that black belt.
So who will sign off on their black belts?
Leo Vera. Technically speaking to the world, they will be Leo Vera black belts. I'm talking on paper. On paper, that by the IBJJF rules, they will be Leo Vera black belts.
Is it not proud to be a Michael Allen black belt?
I'm not a Michael Allen black belt.
have you issued a black belt yet?
Absolutely not, and I'm happy about that.
Don't lie.
Shut! I'm about to hit you.
Oh God
About to hit you.
Almighty!
I'm not giving anybody a damn black belt.
He's got a black belt out there.
I do not have. I've never given.
He technically can't because of the rules of the IBJJF.
Yeah, I'm not giving anybody a black belt. You're about to get your ass kicked. Just say it again. You get one more. I'm just warning you now.
I'm killing her, Mike.
You're getting one more. You know, there's people that's got their black belts.
I can't wait to become a Michael Allen black belt. I fucking can't wait.
Me either.
I'll be
That's
fucking
my
proud. I'll get a fucking tattoo. I swear to God I will.
That'd be cool.
I will, motherfucker. I promise you, sir.
Oh my God.
We gotta start something seriously where all my black belts they get something. Look, I'm terrible, man. Like I still don't have my ink. Instead I put it on my logo. I can't even pronounce it. I can't even the CFG. I can't even say what it says in Portuguese. But all the Joe Hurst black belts have it tattooed on them except me, and I need to get it tattooed on me. So my slick ass, I didn't want to get it tattooed because
I
I was
know
chicken
the
shit.
perfect person to do your tattoo.
Really?
Yep.
Can I do it quick?
Does it
Well,
quick?
didn't you get that whole thing on your ribs? Like, why didn't you put it on there?
Well, I was supposed to. I didn't get it completed.
Did you ever get the black belt colored in?
Yeah, I got the black belt colored. So
Boom.
I got to get the CFG tattooed under my on the inside of my arm.
Are you just gonna put CFG, or are you gonna put the whole?
I'm gonna put the whole thing. But and you know we may continue that. Yeah. So I got to hurry up and get it done. So then when I give Kenny his black belt and Nicole and Eddie,
They can all go get
I
their.
don't think he has any tattoos. I'm not sure if Kenny is a tattoo kind of
he'll get that one.
fan.
He'll get that one.
You're gonna be lucky if Kenny doesn't hear this podcast and we never see him again.
He'll be okay.
Nah, he'll come back. I promise.
He'll come back.
You gotta give him another 6 months. Doesn't he need his brown belt for a year and a half?
No, a year. 1 year. I think it's a year.
You might want to check up on that.
Maybe it is a year and a half. I don't know. Hell, they're giving out. Never mind. I'm not even going to get started.
So it's a year and a half from promotion date, not from the date you pay those people for your membership to the IBJJF, is it? That's
Well, we backdated.
okay.
So
So next topic I want to bring up is the difference between the IBJJF and the Jiu-Jitsu Global Federation, and the difference between Carlos and,
Hold on.
and Helix.
I'm sorry, we can't do that
Why?
because we have to address the last one on the notes. That has to be our closing topic.
You didn't put that on our notes.
Yeah, it's not on our notes.
Did it not update?
No.
Okay, so I'll bring this up. Guys, there is a guy, he is a teacher.
Oh, God.
Out in California, Gregory Salcedo. And Gregory Salcedo, he's a teacher in California. And
you have the video.
I don't have the video on me. He was recorded by a student.
God bless him.
He's a teacher.
Let me help you.
Thank you.
Oh,
He is a teacher in El Rancho, California.
Rancho Cucamonga.
mm-hmm.
Gregory Salcedo, and this piece of shit, and I mean he is a piece of shit. Okay. He's had several complaints on him in previous years. 2012, 2010, he hit a student, slapped a student in the back of the head. 2010, I think he was placed on
this morning.
He was placed on administrative leave for some type of some other comments he made. And what he did this time is he was bashing our United States military, and a student captured it. He teaches history. And he actually served as a city council member in LA County.
So are we short on teaching staff in California that we live?
My blood just boiled.
I don't know.
That he even got to hit a student
My
and keep his
fucking
job?
blood just
I don't even know that happens. Like, how does this son of a bitch?
Brethren, come together.
Oh, well, the brethren has come together because they have to get security out there, you know, to ask. But
So is he not on leave?
he's on leave. He's on leave. People's coming to the school. I mean, people's pissed off. I mean,
he's missing right now.
Yeah, he's not
He's
not responding.
MIA. Don't fucking stomp my flag.
He said, and I quote, the military, they are not high-level bankers. They are not academic people. They are not intellectual people. They are the lowest of our low. I don't understand why we let the military guys come over here and recruit you at school. We don't let pimps come in the school. He said our military, we couldn't beat the Vietnamese. They're a bunch of people this big throwing rice at us, and we couldn't beat them. And then he told the student not to join the military and to never wear the Marine sweatshirt again in his class that he had on. I mean, people, what the hell is going on? And this is what killed me. Everybody now, when they hear this story,
I'm just gonna say
they say, oh, it's terrible. But this shit's been going on. For the last I don't know, last 2-3 years, people's been burning the flag. People's been saying, screw the United States. People have been saying, fuck the president, fuck this, fuck that. America sucks right here in our home, and nobody says anything. And then they're surprised when some ass clown like this, he's in our school systems. How many other people saying this shit and it's not going unchecked? Nick, you're in the military.
I'm gonna say one quote that George Orwell said, and it's people sleep peacefully in their night because there are rough men ready to do violence on their behalf.
So we can't call other countries shitholes, but we can call our country a shithole.
Yep, that's legal.
I actually fought for your freedom to do that.
Yeah.
And I respect it. But just remember that as you lay your head down at night, there are fellow Americans sleeping in fucking ditches, dodging bullets from people that don't know who they are.
That's true.
And repeat and rinse and recycle for years. And you don't know their names. And they die for you so you can say the shit that you want to say. Because you live in the fucking greatest country on the goddamn planet.
I take it this upsets you.
I feel like you brought this up just to get Nick riled up.
I'm just saying, I feel like this upsets you, Slick Nick. Does this upset you? But can I ask you a question, Nick?
Yes, sir.
Real quick. Have you been to war yet? Or was you in war? Iraq, Afghanistan, any of that stuff?
I was not in Iraq or Afghanistan.
But you had friends that was in Iraq and Afghanistan.
I was stationed overseas.
Can I ask a question? And I'm being serious. Is Afghanistan a shithole? You taking a vacation anytime you send them to Afghanistan's not a shithole? It's not a shithole. Afghanistan's not a shithole? Dude, really? Are you really trying to argue this point right now? If there's ever any place on the face of this earth that is a shithole, it is Afghanistan. It's the armpit of the world.
I could literally call up 5 people right now and they could give you their Afghanistan stories.
Okay.
I mean,
but
Detroit could be worse than Afghanistan, though.
It has been a time.
No. Negative. The terrain in Detroit's not as bad as Afghanistan's terrain. That in itself makes it a bigger shithole than Detroit.
That's true.
But anyway, back to this. You want to know? I don't know what's a shithole, what's not a shithole, but I know what a piece of shit is. And Gregory Salcido is a piece of shit. If you guys are watching this podcast, or when you watch this podcast, go on Facebook. Find this guy's Facebook page. If you don't find his Facebook page, do your due diligence. Find his LinkedIn page. If you don't find his LinkedIn page, find his Twitter. If you don't find his Twitter, find his damn address and send him a letter. Send him an email. Call him on the phone. If you see him on the street, slap the shit out of him. Somebody do something, because these people are ruining our country. They're talking to our youth. No, one young man. This is the scary part. One young man videotaped this, showed it to his mother, and his mother posted on Facebook. But how many kids do you think was in that classroom and they didn't say shit? They sat there and listened to this son of a bitch. In fact, you can watch the video and they're laughing. That's the people that are sitting in these classrooms and talking this bullshit down in our military, saying they're the lowest of the low.
And I can tell you, I'm pretty sure that's probably happening in college campuses across.
Oh, hell yeah!
Across the world.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! And it's ridiculous. This is ridiculous, because even if you don't agree with our political agenda, that's your right. In fact, it's your right to say and do whatever you want to, because you happen to live in the United States of America. But you're downing people who are protecting your sorry asses to say this shit. And I'm not even talking about Gregory Salcido, because I know some of the bitches here in Charlotte that talk that stupid shit. Now, you don't say it to that extreme, okay? At least not in front of me, you don't. But you talk that shit about the military and this and that and save the trees and blah, 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 and the military's evil and all this rigmarole, okay? But at the end of the day, these people are laying their lives down for your asses, and then you don't have any appreciation, any respect, and you're a piece of shit.
Because we didn't go to college.
Please send me the information to see the hate mail.
We will send it.
Oh, look, you send me hate mail. Hold on, wait a minute, stop.
And by the way, I did go to college after the military.
Whoa. Let me say this. If you send me hate mail about this subject, and I know who you are,
I'll find your IP.
We're going to jail. We're going to the hospital.
Is it anonymous?
We can find their IP address.
I mean, I'm saying when they send you guys hate mail, is it anonymous?
No, we can track how it's sent, unless they send it through proxy.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying that, so they don't put
enough.
Their names, though, is what I'm
yes,
saying.
they put their they send it from their email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know who sends email, but I'm just saying, if you send me any emails about this Gregory Salcido dude, and you don't agree with my views on that we should respect our military, or you don't agree with what I said about Gregory Salcido, just understand we're gonna have a problem. So don't send me no bullshit about this. Just let it go.
And I do have to put the disclaimer on here that the views are of this podcast only. So if you go out there and take violence on your behalf, it is not due to us. We do not instigate anything.
Violence.
We do not incite any violence. This is our opinion only.
It's my opinion. You should go find Gregory Salcido and assist your foot in his ass. That's my opinion.
That's Red's opinion.
That's my opinion. You should go you should find him.
I hope you have insurance or something.
It is your duty as an American to go slap the shit out of him. And anybody that acts like him and says that shit to our children.
Would you like a forward slap, a back slap, or like maybe 2 cheeks at the same time?
I like that.
Ooh.
I like the 2 cheeks at the same time idea.
Well, the 2 cheeks at the same time. I got a buddy named Nick Grady, stationed out at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Boy, he is pissed about this.
God bless you.
Pissed about this.
Nick, thank you. And I know Duty deserves no thanks, but thank you.
He's pissed about that, and his buddies down there are pissed. I've
I'm
been
sure
down
they
there
are.
at Fort Bragg for the MMA. Man, I love the freaking military guys. Like they,
You know,
anybody.
Big Noah Stair?
Yes. Yeah. Wow.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, that concludes this week's podcast. We're gonna have to get out of here before I get any more heated. I gotta get home and eat something.
We have to go home. Yep, we have to eat. And
I ain't
we have to get up in the morning and train.
Don't want you to lose your black belt belly.
ate.
Oh, shit. So, everybody on the live stream,
Oh,
peace.